Hello everybody, I hope you are well. Please excuse my slightly croaky voice, I'm sick as a dog at the moment. So this is the final video in our Systema series where I spent time with Systema instructor Laurent Clements and he took me through as if I was a beginner. It's been a great journey, I've really enjoyed the different perspective. Lots of the principles were common to all martial arts, but I really like the plain and straightforward way it was delivered. In this last video, Lauren once more takes me through a relaxation drill, which is basically a way of self-monitoring. You're going through your entire body, scanning for tension, and just trying to be actually mindful of what's going on in your own biomechanical structure, if you like. Towards the end of the clip, we talk about the nature of teaching and the nature of being a student, and the importance of self-monitoring and keeping an eye on yourself so that you don't drift off target and start getting into bad habits. Now, I wasn't expecting the discussion aspect of this, so unfortunately only Lauren has the headset mic on. Even though I'm shouting in my annoying loud Cockney accent, it's a little bit harder to hear me, so you might have to crank the sound a bit. I hope you enjoyed this series. We've got another couple lined up, which should be really fascinating. If you do enjoy what we're doing, please smash the like button, hit the little bell thing so you get notifications, and enjoy the clip.
We're going to have Duncan go back into his breathing, keeping his body nice and relaxed. His objective is to acknowledge if anything has changed within himself over this little period of time. If things loosened up at all, if things tightened up. Maybe it's something, maybe you're going through your body and you're like, okay, my left arm is, my shoulder is sore, my hand's a bit sore. With rotator cuffs up in your shoulder, you should be thinking everything around the shoulder needs a little bit of work here. And on the next inhale, Duncan is going to bring both of his hands up in front of his body. And he's going to exhale and relax him by bringing the backs of his arms down, letting his hands fall down. Okay, bringing his arms up, inhaling. Exhale. Good. As he goes here, control on the way up, on the way down, just let things go. Good. Lovely. And again, this is another diagnostic tool. Things feeling pretty easy here. When he goes to kind of shut off those muscles, is there a lag in that, or are they switching off pretty quickly? He can, if he wants to, over time, as he brings his hands up, he's starting to put resistance and tension in. So there's tension at the top. And then again, on the exhale, he's telling those things to relax. And he's going to let his arms nice and relaxed there. He's going to do the same thing as his legs. He's going to bring his legs up. He is going to bend at the knees, dropping his feet down, and then he's going to send them out in front of his body. Boom. Okay? Last thing we want to do is lift those big legs up and then have them drop right back down the same way. He brings them up. That's it. And he's going to send them back out. Nice and relaxed. Letting go with each time. No tension here. Just enough tension to bring him into place. Then he's letting go. And he should, if he's nice and relaxed over time, he should really be starting to feel that his thigh muscles are really shaking and moving on his bones. Last couple times here. Cool, and the last little drill, he's going to do all four at the same time now. Just bringing his arms up and his legs up, letting go on the exhale. That's it. And last little drill, he brings his arms up in front of his body. He's going to hold them there. He's going to bring his knees up, kind of like he's sitting in a chair. And he's going to relax and breathe. Stay in that position. Now he starts to go through his body and starts to soften things up. He's trying to do the bare minimum to keep him in this position. So he's starting to get a little bit of fatigue going through these muscles. Okay. In class, we might do this for 5-10 minutes. More. Sometimes I watch until I can see a good majority of the class kind of shaking a little bit. So I know we're really chipping into some things that need to be woken up. And that shaking is your nervous system coming on board. 3 more breaths. On the last exhale, just let everything go. Well done, Duncan. How you feeling there?
Yeah, that's interesting. Really interesting.
So for us, it's we were having a bit of discussion before class. Some teachers will use syllabus with Systema. Myself, sometimes I get on a bit of a kick. And we'll go through the same drills over and over again because I want to see what different groups on different days, how they're processing the same information. Are there patterns starting to kind of come out of whether successes or kind of the pitfalls of what we're doing? And then my job is to go, okay, how am I going to tweak that to get more kind of positive results from what we're up to? no matter who is there. So that's a bit of my training. I get to do it in kind of a live environment. But everything, just the idea here is let's lay a few foundations. I've created some kind of goal that we wanted to get to, a little bit of understanding how to develop a bit of power through your body. What would the steps be that I might take to get a student there or a group of students there? We could do the same thing tomorrow with the same goal, and there would be maybe a few of the things the same, but probably a lot of things differently, okay? Because with Systema, we often describe it like Systema is like a ball. The ball remains the same, but each day we're coming from a different angle on it and trying to look at it slightly differently. Because our students, they all come from different places. They're at different stages in their lives. They all have different goals, even though some of them superficially may be the same. But when you've probably done this with your own students, picking their brain about why they're actually stepping in through your doors.
First question we already asked.
Yeah, it's very good.
Because lots of people will turn up without actually having even thought of that.
Yeah, that's it.
They thought, and in their head they might vaguely want to do more exercise.
Yeah,
they might have had a situation which makes them want to be able to defend themselves or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's it.
But quite often by the time they come through, until someone actually asks that question, and that's a motivator then for how they train. Yeah,
that's it. With all martial arts, you should never think you're going to reach the pinnacle. It is always just going forwards and forwards and forwards.
This is why we're doing this.
Yes.
This gives me a chance to be a complete beginner at something.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't care about. I've been a musician all my life, so I'm used to looking stupid in front of big groups of people. but honestly, doesn't matter how long you've been doing something, whatever it's martial arts or whatever it is. If you can put yourself in a situation where you have to stop thinking like a teacher and literally just try and listen and absorb stuff, but also that self-analysis. Because so often when you're teaching, obviously that goes on a little bit, a bit as you're teaching, but you're most of the time you're looking at what your students are doing and the progress of all the people and the interactions in the room. And it's very hard to self-diagnose, and if you're not careful you can get into bad habits. So if, I mean, like when I'm striking those pads in the previous video, you know, I concentrated so much on it's more of a like a golf head, and then all of a sudden, why am I leaning forwards? I spent 40 years telling people not to lean forwards.
Gotcha. No, it's very good.
But just like thank Lauren, it's been fantastic, and hopefully we'll get some more out of you at some point.
So this comes through Vladimir Vasiliev, very important person, obviously in a lot of our lives with Systema. A person to admire what he does, but try and absorb what he's doing. Not trying to copy, not trying to do it through rote, but trying to feel the ideas that he's trying to get over. He says, the work of recognizing and facing our pride and weakness is much more difficult than polishing techniques. It is much more profound, okay? That gets right back to the heart of foundation work for me and what it can give us. I appreciate Duncan being open to all of us, coming out here and letting us kind of take you through, maybe explain, maybe get through a few misconceptions of what these arts, how they differ and things like that. It's an important thing to do. So I really appreciate his time. Thank you very much.